people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Chancellor Brewington, powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
That's right. It is time for What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington here on 93.7 The Ticket, live from 1040 O Street. Thanks for joining us. We've got an entertaining show lined up for you. I'm Jake Bachman in studio alongside your host for the show, Chancellor Brewington. Chance, how's it going today?
It's going great. It is going great, man. I just feel so much more energy now, and I feel great, man. The start of this new year has been fantastic, and I hope it's been great for everyone listening, you specifically. But yeah, it's doing what it's doing, and it's pretty awesome. I'm an avid reader. I love reading. Honestly, Bach, I don't really know if I love reading. I think it's just become such a habitual thing I do that I think I might have convinced myself I like reading. I really don't know if I like reading. I think I like what reading does for me. I think I like the effects that I see in my life. Like I see I changed this part of myself, and then there's some type of synchronicity in my world that changes, right? Because I changed myself. That's cause and effect, of course. So I fell in love with reading, and I've kind of it's funny, I started reading to learn about how to make more money and learn how to do this and learn about this and whatever, and it's taking a whole turn on I was just talking to someone I'm in business with, and we were just talking look, we're on this journey of trying to do this and this, but the whole time, when we look back hindsight on the last 4 or 5 months, it's really just been about changing myself. And when you come out and say that, I feel like people assume, or I would assume, operating at a different level of awareness, oh, this dude probably was a piece of, what, right? And it's not that case. It's really not that case. It really is just there's just so much. If think about it like this, if we have unlimited potential inside of us, then there's a constant need for change. There's a constant need for more awareness of who you are. And for honestly, since I've been reading and stuff, and read some really complex material that really gets you thinking and really pushes your boundaries on your belief systems and stuff like that. As I'm reading, I'm I don't know if we can ever truly understand who we are. Because I think, if you talk about infinite, can a finite mind conceptualize infinite? No, I don't think it can. So I think there's this, and I say all this to say, I think there's a constant need for evolution, a constant need for change in the individual. And I think the moment where you think, I got it all figured out. I got it. I don't need to learn. I think I'm good. I think that's a scary place. I think that's when people talk about pride. I think I view pride differently. I think I view pride as the individual thinking that they got it. And I don't think you ever get it. I think the it is the mountaintop, or the euphoric feeling of I've reached there. I don't know if you ever reach it, because I think by reaching it, you would have to hit your fullest potential, and I don't think we ever will. But I think maybe a limited level of awareness, you would think, oh, maybe I hit it all today, and I think you can maybe break it down in days and say, man, I maximized my day, right? And you don't think of it as a lifetime journey. But we were on here, Mikey Daniels on here, and during the locker room segments, we always give a quote or something, and we were talking about one time we were talking about peace and what it is to achieve peace, what it is to find peace. And just that statement itself, finding peace, that would say that some external place, right? And I think peace is an internal journey, and I think peace is that well-being, and I think you get it through knowledge. And I'm not saying you have to go to school and go do that, but I think it is there's some information out there that can unlock certain things for you. And I think about unlocking things, you gain understanding. You put that information to use, you apply the information, and then you get understanding through experience. Now you understand it. Now you could teach someone. And now that's a whole different thing. And then through understanding, I think that builds faith. Because think about it. If you understand, if we were to grab someone off the street and put them down, sit them down, and we were to say, uh, you know, you have enough inside you to make $1 million this year. And through ignorance, he doesn't know anything. Let's just use this individual. He doesn't know, whatever. So he's the other side of knowledge is ignorance. So this person is ignorant, doesn't understand. So he would doubt and probably worry about this, and this. And then, the other side of that is like fear, like that. And that's obviously decay. But on the other side, if he knew how to do it, he would understand it. And by his understanding, that would build faith. And that person would say, of course, because I understand. Right. And so I think that's the objective of us as individuals is just understanding like how our intelligence correlates with our internal world, correlates with our external world, and vice versa too. I mean, and understanding like more of that within ourselves. I learn more about the other person. Like I learn more about everything in this world, and I think there's a need for that. I think there's a need for that, and like think about it. During school, when are we ever taught to like really believe in ourselves? I was watching this phenomenal podcast today, and it was explaining Diary of the CEO. He was explaining that the information we're consuming in school, and this is no knock on school systems, but maybe it is. But the information we're consuming in school is of a different age. It's of the industrial age. We're in the digital age now, and so when you're teaching kids, how to go in the workspace and all these different things, well, AI is going to take over half those jobs in a couple of years, and feel how you want about AI. And I'm not trying to get into business, but I am trying to get into the development of people, and that's what I'm passionate about. Is like who within the school system, who within the youth, who within the things the youth is consuming, is making the youth aware, and it's all about awareness, aware that they can be and do and have what they really want and desire. And then obviously aligning those desires with something that is in advancement with society and advancement of their being, right? And we sometimes can want things that are just irrational and not productive for the individual or society. But really understanding, I think that comes with knowledge too. I think helping kids or helping the youth, like, okay, well, this is what makes you a better person. This is what makes a better, this is what makes a community better. Okay, this is what makes a state better. This is what makes a nation better. Okay, and you teach them those things, and then all of a sudden their desires kind of shift based on the information they're consuming. They're like, oh, I want to lead this, or I want to do this, right? And I think the number one thing, what happens when a kid, and I've experienced it, and I hope I haven't been on the negative side of this, but you have a kid, Bach. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure somewhere down, and I don't want to speak this over your child or anyone. I'll just use a different child because I'm not going to bring your kid into it.
Right.
But that the kid is going to say, I want to do this, and someone with a lower level of consciousness or awareness is going to say, nah, but how are you going to do that? And then all of a sudden the kid, doesn't really, I mean, their conscious faculties aren't really developed or aren't really there until like age, I think it's like 11 or 12, right? So, it's just subconscious is wide open. So conditioning is just getting drilled into them. And so the moment, that moment right there is astronomical, right? And so then, they take that into their adult years. And so the moment when they think about wanting to do something, that subconscious conditioning of someone saying, how are you going to do that, pops back up, right? And it's an unconscious thing at that point. They don't even know why they think like that. And now it's like, oh, well, I don't know how to do it. And then it just exits the consciousness. It just exits the mind. It exits, the desire just goes away right then and there. But what if within a school system or within the youth, you were able to teach kids that anything you visualize, you can actually have that, and that actually exists and is actually here and now. But we have to become that person in the mind, right? We have to become that person that you're visualizing. And it's a fascinating concept. But I was watching this podcast, and it sparked this whole thing of where like nobody's being taught this. When I wasn't taught this, and I feel like I went to Arizona had a pretty good educational system. I wasn't taught this. I mean, where is it getting taught? Where are people consuming this information? Who's bold enough to speak about it? Now that's another question. I mean, who's bold enough to say you can be and do and have whatever you want? You know you're going to get criticized.
Well, that's the big question too. I just don't mean to cut you off, but that, over the years, people have argued because from our generation, our parents would tell us, and that was kind of the thing, is you can be whatever you want to be.
Mhm.
And then, over the years, people say, well, maybe we shouldn't have told them that
Yeah.
because now they have they're kind of not feeling too good about not maybe being what they wanted to be. But at the same time, if a kid says, I want to be the president of the United States, yeah, that might be small. That might be a small possibility that it happens, but it's kind of the aim small, miss small theory, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe they don't be president of the United States, but they go and get a poli-sci degree and they're a
Right.
state senator and eventually a congressman, so they can really, you might not have that ultimate exact thing you wanted to do when you were 6 and say, can I do whatever I want to do? But say, I would say to say, yes, you can do it. And, to be on that path, at least you're taking a lot of steps toward it. And that's one of those things is like, if you don't have a goal, I mean, you might, if you have this outlandish goal, you might never quite get there. But if you're working toward it, you're at least a lot closer to it than what you would be just giving up and saying, well, yeah, that'll never happen.
Yeah, and going back to the president one, it's almost like, okay, you can kind of align like what type of individual that kid like, is aspiring to be or really has inside of them, a leader. Oh, someone has leadership qualities, someone who obviously wants to push maybe a some type of congregation or something in the right direction and feels that he has the leadership qualities to do so. And this is inside of a child. So I think acknowledging that but I think it's the individuals that say, no, it won't happen and I think it goes two ways. Cause I've listened to a bunch of, I used to love A Football Life. You ever watch those documentaries on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I used to love watching those as a kid and I would get so inspired, like, cause like they can do it. I could do it. Right. And so when you look at it, you're like, you're watching, I used to love the Sean Taylor one. He was one of my favorite ones. I used to cry in that A Football Life. It was just so like amazing because obviously talks about his death and stuff. But you go through and watch all of these. And I would say in 75% of them, there's always a moment where someone says, you have to be realistic. A teacher or someone, or maybe an older sibling says you have to be, or sometimes a parent, you have to be realistic. You're not going to make it to NFL. And so for those individuals, it did something different for them. It put them in like a drive state to where, and I think this goes with like the quality and I would say the characteristics and attributes in that particular person. Not everyone has those. And so then like that person like is like driven and that remark stays with them for the rest of their life. And they're 25 years old, in the dog days of training camp. And they think back when, a teacher when they were 7 years old gave them a criticism of their end goal, end dream of being in the NFL, being a Hall of Famer, and that's what drives them for the rest of their life, right? But for that's a unique case. But for the majority of the population, it's not like that. And for whatever reason, whether it's harsh circumstances growing up, or it's maybe they had a mother or a grandmother, in a lot of those docuseries, they had a mother or grandmother who was just pouring into him that they could do it, right? I love the Kanye West one, right? Like, he had someone at a young age who was always believing in him. So it's almost like the other side of the population who doesn't have that. They, by default, they're going to actually take that experience and hold it near and dear to their heart, and that's going to literally form who they are for the rest of their lives. But and the teacher doesn't even know what they're doing. It's not the teacher's fault. They've been programmed the same way by someone who's been programmed the same way by someone who's been programmed the same way, and the list goes on and on. So I think there's a real space, and And for some people, this segment, when we do this, it's like, all right, like let's get to talking sports. But for some people, it's like, oh, wow, I didn't think about that. And I think it's all about, another mind engaging another mind provoking a thought or a belief or maybe like pushing the thought or the belief system of someone like to the border, right? To the edge, right? Where it gets a little uncomfortable. And I think some people have a passion for that. And I definitely do. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a good first segment to get your mind thinking. We like to do that a little bit. We'll also talk a little bit of sports as well. And we'll do that coming up next year on What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of snow showers throughout the day. Otherwise, mostly cloudy and breezy and a high near 38. Tonight, a slight chance of snow early, otherwise partly cloudy with the low near 11. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies and a light breeze, high near 26. A meteorologist talks like 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Husker fans, this season, Nebraska is celebrating 50 years of Husker women's basketball, and they need you to help celebrate. You've shown up for women's hoops from the start and continue to prove that Nebraska fans really are the best in the nation. On Sunday, January 26th, the Huskers face Big Ten opponent Ohio State, and they're calling on all Husker fans to help pack PBA so they can celebrate 50 years of Husker women's hoops together. Get your tickets now and be a part of this historic season. For event and ticket information, go to huskers.com/tickets.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes. Feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
We are back with What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington here on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Jake Bachman in studio alongside your host, Chancellor Brewington. Chance, what is brewing for segment number 2 today?
Yeah, so I thought it would be fun, man, to do some lists. Lists are always fun. And yeah, I'd love to hear what y'all have. Chime in the comment section or text in, of course. But Bach, so you told me before the show that there was a top 100. Was it ESPN 100?
Yeah, ESPN did a top 100 players in college football.
Perfect. So, and that's all well, and no Nebraska player got picked, which is, I guess, understandable. I mean, you could throw Ty. I think could make that list most likely, right? Now, where do you stand, or what is your top 5 Nebraska players this past year? Because some are glaring, some are like, gotta throw him in there. Some are like kind of like personal preferences. So what are yours? And I'll give mine after.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would have a different list just because this year you don't have 4, 2 All-Americans and 2 all Big Ten players to kind of just put your list in. It was really a big team effort this year. So I think this is a fascinating question. I think the one that I would say is that I think number 1 should be Ty Robinson. Yeah. He is your all Big Ten player that did get the nod. He did finish with 7 sacks, might have been 7.5. I'd have to double check, but was and obviously was a foundational piece for a very good run defense and a defense that they relied on throughout the year. So Ty Robinson would be not my number 1. I'd probably go Emmett Johnson number 2.
Oh wow, I forgot about Emmett.
Which is interesting because wasn't utilized at all during the Illinois game. I mean, there was times in the year where he wasn't getting the ball too much, but I think that was just kind of part of the story. And you could have an argument here. If I go running back there, I mean, you could say Dell deserves to be in here, but I guess that's where I'd go there. And same thing for my wide receiver choice would be Ja'Cory Barney. Even though he didn't lead the team in receiving yards, he added an element to the running game. He added an element to like game planning for his speed, helped out in the kick return game. So I'd probably put him there. I think at some point you got to put Dylan Ryle in your list. I don't know, and maybe you don't. I mean, people could disagree. So I'd probably have Dylan Ryle at number 4. quarterbacking the team, especially early in the season, had a really good start to the season. Started to struggle, toward the end, but was able to quarterback Nebraska to a bowl game and a bowl win. And then at number 5, I'd probably go John Bullock. I think John Bullock, another guy in defense, deserves some credit. And I think John Bullock was second on the team to Ty Robinson in tackles for loss, had the big pick 6 against Purdue. And he certainly felt like he had a better start to the season to the end. Maybe some of the other defenders started to outshine him toward the end, but that's the list I'd go with.
That's really good. That's really good. I'll agree with you, Ty, at 1. I'll go. This is where it gets tough. At 2, I have Emmett's there, but I think the bulk of the season, Emmett finished the season, so I think the bulk of the season was not on Emmett's shoulders as much. I think it was on Dale's, but I can't put him at 2. I'll put Raiola at 2, just because there was a lull, but I mean, most of the games that we won, you can go back and see the stat sheet and you're like, okay, except for Rutgers game, you can go back and look like, oh, Raiola played really well. And even Illinois game, the game we were in, I'll go 3, Ja'Cory Barney, because it was something about this year where every time we need a spark, he was there. Every time we needed an explosive play, he was there. Really big third down conversions, really sparked our offense a lot of times. 4, I'll go Emmett Johnson. I'll go Emmett at 4. And 5 is probably my sleeper. He just announced he's coming back to Sean Singleton.
There you go.
Yeah. I'd option go. Could have went John Bullock, right? Could have went. Trying to think. I don't know if I would have thrown Nash in there, but you got to throw someone from the defense. And but I think Deshaun was a guy where you turn on the tape, especially towards the end of the year, and you're like, this almost looks like not a different player, but it looks like he hit stride. And so we talk about football being a momentum game in like an individual's career where, I feel like that's why Ty Robinson had the year he had, was because of momentum. I mean, past few years, he was dealing with injuries during the offseason, didn't get a full time of, offseason training to get acclimated with just the guys and the feel of things. And then, having to translate that into spring ball and into some workouts and the fall camp and then in the season. So I think, when I think about momentum, Deshaun Singleton being able to be healthy in the offseason, I believe, being able to do winter workouts, coming off a really good season, right? Just like Ty Robinson did, come off a really good season, being able to play spring ball, being able to, go to summer workouts and build momentum and keep growing as an individual, grow as a player, and then hit your prime stride, in end of August or beginning of September.
Yeah, I could absolutely see him. One that I was thinking too that maybe could sneak in there, because I think if you did a preseason list, Tommy Hill would have been 1 or 2.
Oh, yeah.
But he had those, he kind of had trouble by the end, he had to sit out for a few games. I actually thought about putting Sierra Wright in here because if Sierra Wright wasn't there to basically take Tommy's spot, and sometimes he was on the opposite end of the field, I get that, but to take one of the cornerback spots, maybe they would have had some answers. Maybe Hartzog could move down or what they would have done. But Sierra Wright definitely bailed them out of backpedaling too much with Tommy's injury problem.
Okay, let me ask you this. Now, with this is way too early. This is way, 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 way too early. But based on where we're at right now, and you can throw in the additions that when we have this conversation, if we ever have this conversation next year at this time, what do you think the top 5 is going to be?
Oof.
Transfer guys in too. Bring it all in. And of course, there's going to be new additions and probably pieces leaving. But if you were to give a rough 5 right now, what would you expect based on potential, based on offseason, based on additions?
That's a good question. I think obviously the expectation is for Dylan to take that next step. So I think he's got to be number 1. I had Emmett Johnson number 2. He's coming back. I think that he probably deserves that spot. And then, it depends on who you kind of like in the transfer portal. I need a defensive leader. I think Marquise Watson-Trent comes in with, for me, a lot of expectation.
Okay.
The guy that gets 100
Georgia
tackles
Southern.
last 3 games, last 3 seasons. Yeah. I expect him to be a tackling machine. there's definitely a few choices you could make there. Dane Key, I think, has to kind of live up to the expectation of him coming in. And then from there, I hope Elijah Pritchett. I hope that they get the talent that they want out of Elijah Pritchett there at tackle. There could make him an argument for Ben Scotterson, the offensive lineman this year, but that's going to be very important with all those offensive pieces that I was talking in there. But I usually like defense, so I only went with one defensive guy. So maybe I'll go Sierra Wright there at the end instead.
Oh wow, double list for Sierra Wright.
Yeah.
I'll go Raiola one. I think that would be undeniable. I think we're gonna see a completely different Raiola. Just a real more mature, more composed, more efficient, even more confident, more just have a real solid foundation of who he is as an individual and being able to express that on the football field. So I think that's going to be awesome for him. So I have him at 1. 2 is where it gets interesting. I'm going to go defensive player. I think Vincent Shaver is going to take a jump.
I hope so.
I think he's going to take a jump. And I think he's going to be able to – I think this linebacker core is going to be the best thing on this defense. So I'm actually going to throw another linebacker in at the end of this list, but I'll go back to offense. I'll go Nizia Hunter. Everyone's focused on Dane Key. I think Nizia Hunter is going to have a big year. And then I'll go at my 4th spot, I'll go Javen Wright. Bring him back. Deshaun McCullough, Marquise Watson-Trent, Vincent Shavers. I believe you have one more backer. I'm missing his name. I think there's I want to say there's one more. Maybe not. But you bring those guys in. I mean, you could have all three of them on the field, and be able to do a lot of damage there. And then I'll say at my 5 spot, I'll go Dane Key. I think those 2 guys are going to be close to 1,000-yard guys. I think Nizia Hunter. I think you can interchange them, but I think they're going to be, 1,000, 1,100 or 1,500 yards, and I think like around 800, 900 yards. I think the Trey Palmer that we saw and Samari Toure, I think we're going to have 2 of those. And I'm not saying Trey Palmer 4.3 and 4.2. I'm not saying that, but I think as an explosive receiver that wins deep balls, that wins one-on-one matchups, that wins third down conversions, I think we're going to have 2 of them. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be exciting. And then, who knows what that opens up for Barney, who we put that on our list too. So it'll be very exciting to see. Again, lots going to be made, got a lot of talent there. I just want to see those front lines being able to develop as well. I'd love to have a few of those guys on our list for next season as well. All right, let's go ahead and take one more break on What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Husker fans, this season, Nebraska is celebrating 50 years of Husker women's basketball, and they need you to help celebrate. You've shown up for women's hoops from the start and continue to prove that Nebraska fans really are the best in the nation. On Sunday, January 26th, the Huskers face Big Ten opponent Ohio State, and they're calling on all Husker fans to help pack PBA so they can celebrate 50 years of Husker women's hoops together. Get your tickets now and be a part of this historic season. For event and ticket information, go to huskers.com/tickets.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Hey guys, this is Lexi Rodriguez, former Husker and now League One volleyball athlete. League One volleyball is bringing the action to Omaha with our first serve on January 24th, 7 p.m. at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena in Ralston. Witness history in the making as we take on Love Madison in our first ever home match. Visit lovboma.com for tickets. First serve January 24th. Be there when it all begins. That's lovboma.com for tickets to watch Love Omaha volleyball. Go Big Red and go Big Green.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln Families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Patriot Plumbing at 402-464-7411 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-464-7411.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes. Feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
We are back on What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket. Talking a little Husker football, and we will continue that here on our final segment. Chancellor, what's brewing here for our final segment?
This final segment, fun segment, top 5 Huskers of the past 5 years. And I'm thinking about it right now, and this is going to be tough. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. So I think the parameters are we just doing the best or most productive, or are we doing based off of draft? Are we excluding how they got picked in the draft, or we're just doing the best or best in their role, or is it just all relative to what we like?
Yeah, that could change things quite a bit, because there's certainly some guys that came in here and had a good 1-year career, or guys that came in and had several good years, or compare that to guys, only the guys on the most recent team made a bowl game. So if you're doing team success, so there's a lot of different ways to go about it. How about it might be just kind of up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Whatever best means to you. Okay. Let's go 1 for 1. So I'll go 1, you go 1.
Okay.
I don't know if we can go top. I don't know if it can be in order though. When I'm thinking about it, I don't know if it can be in order. Gosh, this is tough. My number 1. All right. Let's hope none of them see this, of course, and anyone left off. I mean, I don't. I love y'all. 1 for me. God, dog. You got your 1?
Kind of.
Okay.
I don't know. It's weird because, again, it depends on what you mean by best or most impactful.
Yeah. So for 1 for me, no, I can't do that. Because, okay, I'll just be transparent. I want to go Adrian.
Yeah, that's what I'm going. Same dilemma.
Like, I want to go Adrian, but then I say, and he was probably the most impactful. But when I look at like performances, if you were to look at like career based on position, of course, quarterback is the most important. Who had a better performance at their position? And so a few guys pop up to mind. Cam Jurgens. He was there basically that whole tenure. A couple other guys, Cam Taylor-Britt, Trey Palmer, Samari Toure. But if I don't put Adrian on this list, it's almost like you can't even do it. So I'm going Adrian 1. And maybe it's not really 1, but I'm going Adrian as my first pick.
Yeah. I don't mind that. And I was thinking kind of the same thing. Adrian, even though this would be the final 2 seasons of Adrian, right? This would be from the 2020 season to 2021. But even then, that
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So that's why I maybe wouldn't have him 1, but I'd almost have him in here. But I'd almost just have to go. I'd probably go with Cam Jurgens.
Okay. I'll go 2. I'll go Jurg at 2. I'll go Beef Jurg at 2. Cam Jurgens at 2.
Yeah. And I think Cam Taylor-Britt naturally follows behind. You want to kind of think about NFL draft picks in the second round. And yes, we're not looking at just the NFL, but guys that could have been drafted in the second round, that pretty much wraps it up for that conversation.
I'll go Trey Palmer at 3. 1 hitter.
Yeah.
I know it's a little different, right? But I think if he would have played another year or 2 more years at Nebraska, he would have,
oh yeah,
it would have been insane.
Yeah. I'm going to move Trey down a little bit just because, again, the team didn't really necessarily succeed. They did beat Iowa there at the end. It's tough to say. I mean, that was a coaching transition year. Obviously a great year. He's going to be on my list, but I'm going to go JoJo Domann, the second-team All-American.
Listen.
Right there at number 3.
I think he's one of the more slept on. I think he will be for the next 15 years one of the more slept on Nebraska players. I didn't even think about him. That's wrong on my part. So right now I have Adrian. I have Cam Jurgens. I have Trey Palmer. I'll go 4 Cam Taylor-Britt. Cam Taylor-Britt at 4. I think he was able to provide so many things at that cornerback position. So that's why I got him at 4.
Yeah. I said I was going to include Adrian. I think I'm not. I think just because it's the final 2 years.
Yeah.
Things at that point kind of were kind of getting rocky. 2020. Even Luke McCaffrey started a few games. So I think I'm going to exclude him, and I'm actually going to put Ty Robinson in because I think Ty Robinson and Ty Robinson and Nash Hutmacher are also going to be on that list of appreciated because it's not easy for back-to-back years to have a top rush defense or one of the top rush defenses like they did. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the most recent player, the guy who's number 1 on my list for this season, in Ty Robinson.
Okay. We might got to keep going till let's go 10.
All right.
Let's go 10. We got time. 5. I'll go 5 here because I can't leave anyone out. 5. I'll go Toure. I think if he would have been at Nebraska for 3 or 4 years, I mean, he would have been arguably the best receiver that ever came out of Nebraska. He was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just smart wise, being able to get open. Also had sneaky speed. I mean, performed well against every big school, Michigan, Ohio State, everyone. So I'll go him at 5. So right now I have Adrian. I got Cam Jurgens. I got Trey Palmer. I got Cam Taylor-Britt. I got, who's my 5th?
Samari Toure.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah, and I had my 5 at Cam Jurgens, Cam Taylor-Britt, JoJo Doman, Trey Palmer, Ty Robinson, and at this point I've just got to put Adrian on. Yeah. I was surprised I didn't put him in the top 5, but I made a compelling argument in my head against it. So.
Okay, so now you got Adrian at 6.
Yeah.
At my 6, I think so I think about running backs. I can't really put one in there. We've put a couple really good receivers. I think at my 6 I go JoJo. I think he was one of the more slept on guys on that. I mean, while he was playing, I mean, everyone knew who JoJo was. Kind of I would say the face of the defense for many years. But I think just based on what happened in the draft and him falling so hard there, like people don't realize how good he was. So I'm going to go JoJo at 6.
I like JoJo at 6. I haven't had Toure yet. I don't think I can, put him too much further down either. So I'm going to put Samari Toure at number 7.
Okay. So now we got to throw in a new name, a new face, number 7. My thought process is, who was consistent? I need a consistent guy on my list. Who throughout their time here was consistent, always showed up, lunch pail guy. And I want a start to finish guy, right? I want a guy that start to finish. I'll go Stilly at 7.
Oh, there, I like that. Yeah,
I'll go Stilly at 7.
Basically won that Penn State game there.
Yeah.
I like that pick. I'm gonna go. We're going back to the further part of it. Austin Allen, he did have one heck of a year in 2021, so I'm gonna go with Austin Allen at number 8.
Oh, jeez, Bach. Okay, you go Austin Allen at 8. I went Stilly, real consistent guy. I think. Okay. Gosh, now the Adrian one, it doesn't really make sense now because when I realized how many years. 8, I'll go. Oh my gosh, do we have another corner? Do we have a? I'll go Ty Robinson at 8.
Yeah, there you go. I like Ty Robinson there. All right, now I'm to number 9, and that's where I'm going to go with Luke Reimer.
Oh, Luke! I was gonna say Luke.
Oh, I stole him from you.
Oh my gosh! I was gonna say Luke at 7 when I was thinking about Stilly and Luke. I mean, that's a really good choice. 9. I'll go a team guy, a guy that was, I mean, a locker room guy, probably an in-house name that it would make sense if you were in-house. Always rally the troops. I'll go Garrett Nelson at 9.
Okay, yeah, Garrett Nelson shouldn't be overlooked. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Am I number 10?
Yeah. This is the final one, bro.
Oh boy, I got one more pick here. I know it was just one season. The second season was disappointing, but Anthony Grant did almost get 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
That's been tough to come by, so I'll go with Grant there.
Okay. And that concludes your list?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go outside let's go with someone different. Someone where it kind of like, I didn't know that. Let's go. But he wasn't really here for a whole. He was only there for 1 year. I was gonna go Lamar Jackson, but he wasn't there. He was only there for like 1 year of that. I'll go This might be crazy. Casey Thompson.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Casey Thompson.
When healthy, Casey Thompson.
When healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was, the best, I would say, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah, that was fun though.
Yeah.
Fun.
We did those somewhat on the fly. I suppose if if we did it with some time to think, we might change a few things, but
we probably missed someone big.
I think those are a pretty good list. Yeah, we might have. But at least the text line, I didn't feel it was too bad. Hazelbear didn't necessarily, it says that's a weak list, but it's a good list. I thought that was a pretty good list.
Off the dome, I would love to see you do better. I'm just joking.
It's kind of tough. But it was fun. It's fun to reminisce about former Husker football players. We've got plenty more Husker football to talk throughout the day and throughout the week here on What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. But that'll wrap up our show for now. We'll send it to On the Block with Strick and Austin coming up next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Patriot Plumbing at 402-464-7411 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-464-7411.
Having diabetes doesn't have to ruin your new year. Join a Nebraska-supported program like Living Well with Diabetes. You'll learn how to manage your symptoms, feel more confident, and reduce stress about your diagnosis. Search Nebraska Living Well with Diabetes and click on the DHHS Healthy Living Programs page to learn more. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of three.
Hey, Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait?